Welcome back to Dewan Pundit Indonesia, the English version. As promised, now we're going to talk a bit about Real Madrid. Today's spotlight is shining directly on Santiago Bernabeu after another tough Champions League exit. Rumors are now swirling. Could this be the end of Carlo Ancelotti's reign at Real Madrid? Should Real Madrid really consider sacking Ancelotti after what he's done for the club, Adi?
I don't agree if they sack him because Ancelotti has done amazing stuff with
great
Real,
things.
Even with sometimes not the best of rosters that maybe he doesn't want, but he has to oblige because that is just
the way
his
it
job.
is. Yeah.
And Ancelotti is this type of manager, very adaptive, very flexible, and he tend to get the best out of players that he doesn't even want. So this is a special manager, a manager that can go to the locker room and speak to the players because he once was a great player, so the players respect him. So that's something different from Carlo Ancelotti, and I don't think he deserves a treatment maybe to go like that extreme of sacking Ancelotti.
Yeah, I think his future is dependent on what the management wants from him. He doesn't want to go from Real Madrid, but if the management, if Perez wants him to go, then he'll go. It all depends on what happened till the end of the season because I think the damage has already been done with the defeat against Arsenal. I think
so they only have this chance of Copa del Rey, right?
Copa del Rey and La Liga also they still have. It's 7 points
it's
clear, but
it's
7 points from Barcelona, but it's still manageable. But if Barcelona keep doing what they're doing, I think it's hard for him. But the succession plan is there. I think Real Madrid has already think about the next manager. I think because Xabi Alonso. But the Leverkusen CEO, they want Xabi to choose either continuing with Leverkusen or choosing Real Madrid in the next few weeks.
Do Xabi Alonso have that choice if Real comes knocking? I think the management or
I think they have a gentleman agreement that they can release him. It's true. According to a lot of the German media, that if one of his former clubs wants to recruit him as a manager, they Leverkusen will not stand in the way. They will give him the right to go there, and but the Leverkusen CEO wants him to decide in this next few weeks because they want to plan also for the next season, because it's not just if Alonso went to Real Madrid. I think Florian Wirtz also wants to follow him also to Santiago Bernabeu. So, but it will be decided I think in the next month because there's this rumor about Klopp. Real Madrid wants Klopp like fully turning him to the dark side. After Dortmund and Liverpool, after RB, and then Real Madrid cannot go darker than that.
That's very dark. That's Fincher dark.
That's Fincher dark. Because Florentino Perez's key advisor wants Klopp to go to Real Madrid, and they said he is more suited to Real Madrid than Xabi Alonso. Also, the experience that Klopp has compared to Xabi Alonso, I think it's a bigger risk going with Xabi and let him handle all those egos that Carlo Ancelotti failed this season because to manage. Ancelotti failed to make Vinny Jr., Mbappe, Bellingham plays as a team. It's more of a
But
collection
do you think that
of
was
individuals.
his fault? I think that's Florentino's fault.
Yeah, I think, but
Because
him as a coach,
Kylian.
he needs to make that work, just like you said. he doesn't have a choice. Here you go, use him. But he needs to be the starter. That's the problem.
He needs to perform. He needs to be the center of the game.
But it's not the first time. Real Madrid.
Not the first time.
Vicente Del Bosque. Same thing.
The first Galactico.
One of the greatest Spanish manager, greatest Real Madrid manager out the door straight away. It's ruthless, but that's the manner of the business. So I worry about Ancelotti, but if it comes to sacking, I don't think he deserves it. But if you're looking for replacements, I think Klopp is the ready-made one. Xabi Alonso, you need to give him time. You need to help him as well.
Yeah.
And the signings are always not the manager's choice at Real Madrid, so which is double the jeopardy and the difficulty for the manager. And this is an environment that maybe Xabi is aware of, but I think he'll be surprised when he sits in that chair as the Madrid manager. So I think Klopp can take it.
Klopp can take it, and as I said,
And
he
Klopp has
has
the same sponsors
as Real Madrid.
as Real Madrid.
Oh,
Okay.
Put two and two together. That's why he left in front of the poll. If it's not for the German job, then it's for Real Madrid.
And Real Madrid was they once courted Klopp to go to the club.
Yeah.
I think it's in 2015 when, but back then Real Madrid opted for Rafa Benitez because he speaks Spanish.
And he lives in London.
Who?
Rafa.
Rafa lives in Spanish. I live in London.
Yeah.
And you
He
had coffee with.
He commutes to
he
Newcastle to
commutes
watch
to
Newcastle.
to watch,
He
yeah.
commutes to all the London
All the other
stadiums
stadiums,
and Chelsea as well. But he lives there in London, strangely.
Yeah, I think Real Madrid now needs a firmer hand to control the dressing room, especially after what happened in the last months, going to the Champions League defeat, and we don't know what the next 30 days will bring for Real Madrid. But yeah, I think Real Madrid needs that name and needs that stability before they went to the FIFA Club World Cup, because that tournament like messes things up with a lot of clubs.
That messes my mind too. Why is it being played in the first place?
At all?
Yeah, very strange. When you have 2 weeks off from the league and then you have to start playing
and
again.
playing again.
And the players doesn't want to play, but they have to play because of the money.
And at the same time, Brazil, the national team, they need answer from Ancelotti also, because they want him to go in before the June qualifiers round. I think that's also put a pressure for Florentino to also move as fast as he can. Maybe in the next 1-2 weeks, it has to be sorted out. If not, there will be too much changes in the coming to the end of the season. We still don't know what will happen next.
Yeah, that's the other hot topic that's been going around. Ancelotti
and
Brazil.
Brazil.
And Brazil.
Do you think Brazil's going to be a good fit for him, though?
I think Brazil needs a fresh approach.
Okay.
And it's not Ancelotti. I think the freshest approach was Pep Guardiola.
Ooh.
But he extends his contract.
Yeah.
I think that was the way to go. You have to go to another extreme for Brazil, because it's not working. This tippy-tappy, Jogo Bonito, relaxed type of football, it's just not working in the World Cup. Not working. Argentina doing very well. It's a pressure. They beat them the last game 4-1, which is
humiliating.
A humiliation. But I don't think Ancelotti is the way to go. If Ancelotti goes in, Brazil maybe would play a certain type of football, but it's not that extreme of a change.
Yeah.
I think Brazil now needs a fresh, new identity, and I think managers like Pep can do it for them, but it's impossible. And Brazil wants either Ancelotti or Jose Mourinho, which is, I think, it's not the way forward for Brazilian football.
What do you think, Mas Firzi?
Yeah, I think they can try anyone at this point,
At this
because
point.
they need someone that can galvanize the team, especially after Chichi left. I think he left the team relatively in a good condition, but because of the turmoil in the CBF, their federation, a lot of things going on behind the scenes with the president. I think he's having a legal issue right now. Yeah, it's not going well for them, and I think it stems from there, and it went on to this kerfuffle with Dorival Jr. also. Other than Ancelotti, I think they want Jorge Jesus to be the manager. I think it's also a good choice. I think he coaches in Brazil also. Now, the former Benfica guy. I think we can see in the next few months also, because Brazil definitely will go to the World Cup. How bad they are in the qualifiers, because just how the qualifiers in CONMEBOL, you have to be really, really poor to not go to the World Cup. But still, Brazil is a Brazil. Every World Cup they need to challenge for the top 2, top 3, even to be champions in every edition. But we see the past few Brazil teams not not that convincing. Yeah, especially without Neymar also.
Yeah. Neymar coming back now. Yeah,
but
except if they play
in 11 March. Yeah.
Do you think the manager is the only problem though when it comes to Brazil?
Sorry?
Do you think the manager is the only problem?
No.
For Brazil?
No. The federation is having problems.
The president.
The
like
team is having
falling apart for them.
Yeah.
The talent pool also.
Talent pool, yeah. And if you think about Brazil, if they are successful, they have special players.
Yeah.
But now if you look at that roster, with all due respect to Wolverhampton Wanderers,
Matheus Cunha.
They have Cunha, they have Andre, they have Joao.
Yeah.
So
Pedro,
everybody is playing for Wolverhampton. Three key players in that Brazil side playing for Wolverhampton Wanderers. That is because of business. That's because the way the system for players work. But with all due respect to Wolverhampton Wanderers in Brazil, that's a different type of environment for the players. So I think, again, this is a problem. And then if your best player is Rafinha and Fini, you should do good. But the system of play is not complementing the players that you have.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, with Rafinha, Fini, they're great on an individual level. But if they have to play as a team, I think Vini Jr. still has less goal in the qualifiers than Neymar. Neymar, I think, still has 3 goals, even though he hasn't played for Brazil in the last 3 years before he got injured again yesterday. So yeah, I think a lot of things that needs to be mended in the Brazilian team, not just from the playing side, but also from the managerial side, the president and the federation as a whole.
It's up to Bruno Guimaraes to save Brazil.
And Joe Linton.
And Joe Linton. 2 of the best from Newcastle.
2 of the best.
But imagine that, Joe Linton is not Carlos Dunga.
Yeah, it's
so
different.
You have that problem of getting the perfect superstar to play for Brazil and the perfect glue guy. So Brazil always has that glue guy and superstar in that same side. And if you look at Ronaldo, Nazario de Lima,
even guys like Cesar Sampaio,
and then you have Cesar Sampaio, the guys that work for the superstars.
They work for the superstars.
Yeah, and then they have Junior Baiano in defense. But now maybe with Murillo, there's a chance there of having a great defensive solidity. But again, problems with the teams like Corinthians, Sao Paulo, Flamengo, they always have this, rivalry that goes into the national team as well. And who is the president? Then automatically they will choose more players from Flamengo right now, and not so much from Corinthians, not so much from Sao Paulo, Santos. So it's a problem that is more wider than we think of, because we don't understand that culture of the cities, the Brazilian cities, and the talents that they grab from those cities as well.
Yeah. Anyways, going back to Real Madrid, let me ask you one more time. Real Madrid isn't just about tactics, it's about managing ego. So who do you think is more suitable for that? Is it Alonso, Xabi Alonso? Any other names? Or we have one last name that has been swirling around, Zinedine Zidane?
Zizou, I think.
Zizou?
I think he will choose to be a sporting director rather than the manager of Real Madrid.
I think he still wants the France national team job.
Yeah, but his
friend, he doesn't want to go away.
Didier is still there.
Didier is still there.
So out of those 3 names,
I think for
Zizou,
that ship has sailed for him to come back as Real manager, because he was so good, it was so great, instant impact. I think he needs another challenge. Maybe Juventus should be the club that he's gonna manage next, or that national team job for France. But I like Jurgen Klopp. I like maybe him being the manager of Real. Real can go places. They are a great team, but that level can be risen if Klopp is their manager. But for Xabi Alonso, Xabi can be a great manager, but he needs time. But in Real Madrid,
just not now.
there is never time.
Never ever.
Never ever.
Okay, so Klopp, and what about you, Mas?
And also Klopp.
Mas is also Klopp. Okay. All right. So what do you think, Jebret team? Write your comments on the comment section below, and we'll be back right after this one.